Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak 2, our last episode. After witnessing some interviews after the Z1 show race, we touched base with the interviewer Marielle, who told us of the recent murders here and the fact she had possibly come into contact with the killer. Our investigation then moved on to the Centre Marché to locate the hideout of the gang Desire, checking out the stalls with our first 4 SPG awaiting us.
I should have known being out of season would drive the price up. Now what do I do? This guy feels kind of familiar. Probably best not to bother him right now, though. If you ever wanted to try some delicious Central Eastern cuisine, then you can't go wrong with our meats. My top recommendation goes to our camel kebabs. We don't mess around when it comes to the spices. Just one taste will have you back for more.
What can I get for you?
We can actually buy the camel kebab right here, right now. Yum, nom, nom. And a juicy frankfurter, too.
Thanks a bunch.
Right, where have we not been in this place yet? This other shop that exists. And of course, the 4 SPG itself. But we don't want to go to the quest location still just yet. Clover Heights. An apartment complex, eh? I quite like when people do this, though. You've got just an urbanized street, but people putting out flower pots and flowers to brighten up their area. It's a community effort. It's always a really cool thing. It's Tiger. Never seen you before. We've been introduced to a new cat. Wait, are there going to be like cat wars going on? We've got a cat leader in one place, a cat leader in another place. This little guy must be the top cat here in the Centre Marché. I've seen him around here and there. He certainly has some gravitas, doesn't he? Boss cat. Right, so our last place is Waltham Cafe and Roastery. Hello and welcome to Waltham. Our shop doubles as both a cafe and a coffee bean roastery. Go ahead and make yourselves at home. But is it audible? If not, then it's out of date. Oh, there's just no being a good cafe latte. People who take their coffee black are out of their minds. Yeah, people who take their coffee black are out of their minds. It does kind of depend on the dessert it's paired with, but for the most part, I'm in her camp. I don't mind it unsweetened, but at that point, a cup of tea would suit me better. I wasn't saying that directed at anyone. I can't imagine taking one's coffee any way other than black. Yeah. Just what kind of barbarian would you have to be to drown a perfectly good drink in milk and sugar? I couldn't see eye to eye with this bozo if you made a 4 SPG out of it. Oh, hush you. Come on, Van, let's take him out back. We at Waltham refuse to compromise on where our beans are sourced and strive to pair every patron with a drink that suits their tastes. There are customers who find our establishment less approachable upon hearing this, but coffee at its core is something to be indulged in. But simply, I wish to ensure that each individual is able to do so. Some prefer more milk and sugar, while others prefer less. Some sip, while others down their cups in a single go. There is no one right answer. All this to say, you need only relax and enjoy. It would be my pleasure to assist you to that end. Exacting standards, but open mind, eh? It's easy to see why this place is so popular. We at Waltham refuse to compromise on where our beans are sourced and strive to pair each customer with a drink that suits their tastes. I hope you'll take some time with us to enjoy the momentary bliss a good cup of coffee can bring.
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
Wow, you can tell he's had many cups today. The amount of energy. Corn pizza bites at the coffee shop. And special blended coffee.
Please stop by again!
Oh my god. He needs to lay off the cups. Way too much energy. Okay, so now that we've swept the entirety of the Centre Marché, let's crack on and do our first 4 SPG. Oh, so if I stop, it automatically cancels the run. Oh, that's what's been going on. Okay. You can accept 4 SPG's quests by inspecting a bulletin board. They just said quest this time. They're not explaining it as 4th Brigand.
Let's see what we got.
There's a 4 SPG on the bulletin board. A Pâtisserie Of Ill Repute, a new up-and-coming patisserie in the Centre Marché by the name of Gâteau d'Edith, has been the subject of an unseemly rumor recently. As a fellow vendor in the marché, I refuse to let the matter go unresolved. If you'd be willing to discuss this issue further, you'll find me at my stall. To-do list. Press left to open the to-do list. There you can refer to the details of in-progress 4SPG quests. You can set active quests as well. It's already set, isn't it? I don't know. No, I can't. So what's going on with Kenny? Hey there, you the Kenny that put out that request? That would be me, yes. I'm assuming that makes you the Spriggan. And you, I feel like I've seen you somewhere before. I get that a lot. It's likely you have me confused with someone else. I'm just your average citizen looking to lend a hand to the Spriggan. Anyway, why don't you start by explaining your request to us? Right, of course. Now, where to begin? Are either of you familiar with Gâteau de Dun? No, I don't believe I am. Yeah, I know him. They're that other patisserie that opened at the end of last year, right? The guy running it used to be involved with some rough types. So I heard he had a pretty hard time bringing in customers at first. Now, though, word's been getting out about how great his sweets are. Stuff's top-notch, apparently. Haven't had the pleasure of trying it myself, though. Ever the expert. It sounds like you have quite the sweet tooth. If I may, have you had the chance to try the sweets at our shop? You opened around the same time as Gâteau de Dun, right? Not yet, but I've definitely had my eye on you guys. Maybe I'll come back when I have more time. Then I await your patronage. Back to your request, this rumor about Gâteau de Dun. If that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, that's new. What are they saying? Well, I hate to contribute to all the gossip, but I've heard they're using spoiled ingredients. Spoiled ingredients? That sure sounds like an issue. I mean, if it tastes good, and it's not making anyone ill. There's been no word of anyone getting food poisoning, but people are complaining of the flavors tasting a bit off. Okay, there we go. I see. This has the potential to ruin the reputation of everyone in the district. And considering we sell baked goods as well, turning a blind eye would spell nothing but trouble. Anyway, once you have proof of his wrongdoing, I'd like for you to bring Dunn to me. I'll try to convince him to use more quality ingredients. If this were to be taken to the police or the bracers, it's likely that suspicion would be placed over the entire marché. You contacted a Spriggan so that you could keep it self-contained, didn't you? That's correct. So does this sound like a request you're willing to take on? Looks like you're in a tough spot. Yes, but it's hard to believe Gâteau de Dun would do something to jeopardize their recent rise in popularity. I suppose it's possible that they're using cheap ingredients to keep down costs. Some places will do anything for more money in their pockets. Anyways, someone who's had his eye on Gâteau de Dun, this is personal. Oh, okay. Here we go, our alignments. Completing 4 SPGs will raise the LGC alignment bit by bit. If one of your LGC Law Grey Chaos levels reaches level 5, you will obtain a hollow core of mare that takes after that particular alignment. Did it tell us that bit before? I guess now it's like the cat or the bag as a reward, but... you know, that core's pretty good. If it's anywhere near the same as before, we want chaos, right? But to be honest, they'd have probably balanced things out based on that. A +2 reward. Is that just the level of rewards this time? Or is it like, you know how like 3s had a +1 to them and 4s didn't have an extra to them in the previous game? Is that formula still holding? Would this have a question, a choice? Alright, we're on the case. The record, I'm fairly knowledgeable about the Centre Marché. Leave getting the proof up to us. We'll be sure to take care of it. Thank you very much. Now then, let's start by asking people in the area who might have some info. The market manager is old man Romain, right? Yes, if anyone knows anything, it would be him. We should also talk to Sabrina, one of the food truck owners. She has plenty of contact, plus she handles ingredients for restaurants throughout the marché. Whenever I need to investigate something in the area, I tend to rely on her. In that case, I'll go ahead and talk to one of the marché's brokers, Malcolm. He does a lot of business with Victor at Montmartre and some other places around town. I'm sure he'll have some insight on the situation. Well, it sounds like neither of us has any shortage of personal connections. Let's start by talking to those three. Right, let's get going.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Certain 4SPG quests will present topics. You can press square to speak about specific topics with certain individuals.
This is kind of fun.
About Gâteau de Dun. So the person we need to speak to is over there. There are people further afield to speak to as well.
Take a look at my wares.
Nope.
Produce straight from the farm.
Hey there. How's business treating you?
So you're the person running the place. Overall.
Got a question for you.
Well, here's a couple of familiar faces. Don't suppose you're here to buy some vegetables. What's the problem? Sorry for the trouble, but we wanted to ask you a few questions. If that's alright with you, of course. Van asked about Gâteau de Dune. Ah, that rumor. Yeah, I've heard it too. If I'm being honest, though, I think it's just a load of nonsense. You seem pretty confident about that. I take it you trust Dunn. More or less. Listen, I know where Dunn came from, and I get that it's easy to get the wrong idea. But the boy's serious about his business. Got a good eye for ingredients, too. If it was just a one-off thing, I would understand, but he isn't the type to make the same mistake twice. I talked to him about this myself, one-on-one, and he seems just as confused about the whole mess as I am. Dang, praise from you isn't something to scoff at. Guess Dunn's someone who's really got it together, huh? You bet you're behind. Anyway, maybe these complaints are just some kind of misunderstanding. Like I said, Dunn's always been keen on using the most quality ingredients available to him. Fashion like that can't be faked. I say we should just ignore the rumor for now. That way we won't have nothing to feed off of. I see. Thank you for your input. While we're on the subject, can I ask about the other patisserie? Ah, you mean Kenny's shop? Well, their stuff's certainly not bad, though you don't hear a ton of praise about them neither, for better or worse. Ooh. Seems like they get fewer customers than Dunn's, though. Do you think that contributed to a rivalry between the two? Wouldn't say it's impossible, that's for sure. Alright, thanks a lot. This was really helpful.
Hey there. How's business treating you?
Feast your eyes on this.
Just from interaction number 1, I'm wondering if we're being used to spread the rumor. If we are a pawn in this little game. Supposedly this guy is really good at his job, uses the best ingredients.
Centre Marché really does have everything.
Let me ask you something.
And that's from the person who owns the place who would know, like, you know, runs the place even, sorry. Oh, hello, do you have some business with me? Yes, we'd like to ask you something. Could you spare us a sec? Van asked about Gâteau de Dune. Yeah, I've heard the rumor. It seems like there's more than a few people in the Marché that believe it. I'm sure that has a lot to do with what they know of Dunn's past. That does seem to be what their reasoning is based on. That's kind of crap. He's used to shady business, or I knew he'd go back to his old ways. And that's just a few of the things I've heard people saying. Everyone's got something to say, yeah. Still, not like I can deny impressions matter. That being said, it's a little hard to justify their opinions when the rumors are baseless. Although I suppose we don't know the whole truth yet. Yeah, we need to remember to remain unbiased here. Anyway, do you know anything else? Not really. Dunn and I aren't particularly close. There's not much more I can say, to be honest. Alright, thank you for your help.
The Centre Marché really does have everything.
These rumors can't at all be true, though, because
So lively around here.
I realise now what place is Dunn's. And it's heathen, isn't it? There's the place over here, wasn't it?
We've got the best goods that money can buy.
Check out what I have on offer.
Yeah. It's got a literal queue.
Got a question for you.
Hey there, how's business? Well, if it isn't the Spriggan from Old Town. Something I can do for you? Yeah, we wanted to ask you about some of the goings-on at the Marché. Van asked about Gâteau de Dune. I've heard the rumor. Been keeping an eye on his shop myself. I was even thinking of helping him out with his supply purchasing recently. You know, to give his business a boost. But now, I can really only watch from afar. Does that mean you believe Dunn is guilty? No, I'm totally neutral here. It's a bit of a toss-up on whether or not it's all true. Anyway, Dunn's been able to keep out of hot water so far because of his popularity, but he's going to need to keep that rumor in check. It's possible that some people from his past are coming back to haunt him. Or it could simply be the work of someone who's jealous of his success, yeah. I can't argue with that. But it's not just a rumor, there really is something wrong with his sweets, right? Yes, he has unfortunately received a few complaints. And every one of them mentioned the fruit sauce on his featured dish. Because of that, there's really not much more I can do for the kid. Not if there's even a smidge of truth to them. Hey, if you can, do your best to find out what's really going on here. Don't worry, I always finish what I start. Thanks for your help. Well, that's everyone we wanted to speak to. Let's go get some answers from Dunn. Yeah, I think we have a good grasp on what others think of him now. Let's go.
There's so much to see.
Much suspicious. This does feel targeted. Thanks a ton. Come again. They weren't kidding about this place being popular. It's like the rumor hasn't had any effect at all. Maybe word hasn't actually spread yet. I mean, I doubt he'd have so many customers if they thought they were going to get sick. Hey, the hell's going on here? What's the deal, old man? Got a problem with my sweets? Problem? Yeah, I got a problem. The sauce of my canal's gone bad. If I eat this and start puking, what are you going to do about it? The hell are you talking about? Ain't no way that's true. What kind of attitude is that to take with a customer? You clearly ain't been raised right, boy. Oh, did you bring the product back? Can I have a sample? Oh, you ate it all. Oh, what? I want a refund. Give me back my money. Give me back the rest of the product then. You'd have been able to tell from the first bite. Like hell I will. Sorry about that. Man. Yeah, something's up. Especially because they use the general model of people that are somewhat fishy in this game. The fishy guy model. Let's ask him what's going on. Hey, can I get a canal? Sorry, not right now. I've got to look into something. Can you let us look into it with you? The hell? We might be able to give you a hand here. The canal that guy returned was definitely one of yours, right? Yeah, I guess so. Barry's sauce was mine too. At first I thought he was trying to give me something he bought ages ago. But there's no way that dough wasn't baked this morning. Maybe I really did use some bad sauce. Oh wait, he did actually bring it back? You don't seem convinced. I'd like to believe I didn't. But looking at it now, I'm losing confidence. Oh, it just looks like it was baked this morning. Okay. Plus, this is the 5th time this has happened. Man, I never screw up like this. This is pathetic. Anyway, I'm guessing you two were sent here to look into my shop, huh? Well, here it is, crumbling under my inexperience. But I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I got to make things right. So I'm begging you, please don't report me to the cops. But man, I'm a Spriggan. I'd never do something like that. This seems like it was a genuine mistake, so we'll just be on our way. Well, after seeing all that, there's a lot that's not adding up here. Yeah, we should go over what we've learned. This rumor that Gateau de Dunn is using spoiled ingredients. The market manager said it was bogus, but there have obviously been some complaints. Dunn himself said that the canal sauce was bad. And not only is he starting to doubt his skill as a chef, but he feels responsible for fixing the issue. We need to determine whether this rumor is true or false. Yeah, it's still possible that he bought cheap ingredients on purpose. By the way, going back to Kenny's request, he wanted us to find proof so that he could convince Dunn to use more quality ingredients. In other words, he doubted Dunn from the beginning. So what do you think is really going on here? Honestly, Dunn doesn't strike me as the type to put on a performance. I think the chances are pretty high that someone set him up. I think so too. And there's only one person who stands to gain from Dunn's downfall. I suppose that means we have a clear answer then. Yeah, it's the man who complained about the sauce. It's Dunn himself. No, it's definitely Kenny. It's definitely Kenny. So he's made a rumor. He's using us to spread the rumor. We are not a source. We are not a source. We are not part of the law. So he's kind of hoping that maybe we, don't go into it too much. We're supposed to be very down low and all that. Maybe he's expecting us to just go straight for the money. Dunn playing the long game? What? Maybe he doesn't think we have integrities. That Kenny guy's pretty suspicious. You think so too, right? Yes, he talked about putting in this request for the sake of the Marché and Dunn, but he seemed awfully confident that Dunn was using spoiled ingredients. Plus, wouldn't it be up to the market manager to put in this request? Even admitted he wanted proof of Dunn's wrongdoing. Right, and that customer we saw had to be in on it too. I'm betting those two arranged it so we'd be there when he made a scene. That Canelia was probably also prepared by Kenny. Or maybe he tampered with one of Dunn's. If even Dunn was fooled. It's likely that he bought it from his shop beforehand. And then he put some spoiled sauce on it. Is that right? Yeah, Kenny's also a professional at making baked goods. I'm sure he'd have no problem making a sauce just like Dunn's. You know, having you help out saves me loads of time. No need to explain all the extra bits. Thanks to your powers of observation, I haven't had to work all that hard either. So what do we do now? Pat each other on the heads by the sound of it. Good question. I've got an idea. Yeah. So we weren't able to find any definitive proof, but from what we saw, it does seem like Dunn was using spoiled ingredients. Is that so? How could he? By the way, we've already reported this to the market manager. He decided that it would be best to have Gateau de Dunn close shop for 3 months. Meanwhile, he'll be barred from selling food anywhere else. 3 months? That's a bit harsh, but I suppose it's what he deserves. I hope Dunn uses his experience to change for the better. This is exactly the outcome I was hoping for. I don't know how I can ever thank you. I'm sure it would have all come out eventually. But thanks to you, it was sold before there was any real damage done. Hearing you say that makes me glad that I spoke up. Thank you very much. I'll send your payment along shortly. It was no problem. We'll be on our way. Now then. Follow Kenny? Oh, no. Let's not do that. If you get too close to the target, they will notice you. Conversely, if the target strays too far, their trail will be lost. Maintain a safe distance while keeping the target in sight. It's better not be worth any, like, SPs, because I only got 3 for this quest so far, and 4 is the kind of like, amount that usually rounds out at. This is what I was talking about, the 3 to 4 being a choice, 4 being no choices. I've only got 2, and now I'm up to 3. I don't want this to be worth SP. But we've got another blooming game! And it's the worst kind, it's a sneak one. This isn't good in any game. That's the thing. I don't know how people feel about this kind of thing, unless it's an actual stealth game. When this gauge is filled, the target will be notified of your presence. I mean, it's especially terrible in Final Fantasy XIV. If the target is too close, their found gauge will rise. Lower the found gauge by hiding yourself with shards. Press X in the hiding spots. When this gauge is filled, you will lose track of your target. What? Once the target enters your line of sight, the lost gauge will decrease. Keep an eye on both gauges and proceed with caution. What? If I move at all. Okay, this seems to be a safe distance. Now he's crossed across us.
Feast your eyes on this.
Like, where's a hiding spot?
This is kind of fun.
Okay. That's the hiding spot. Well, what distance do I have to be? Oh, I see. The meta is more to rush forward. Wah! And then just go into the cover. That's fine then. So if he goes out of sight, it's not like a range thing then. Ah, yes. Quick! Elaine, let's make out. This is the common thing when you get seen, right? Some kind of spy thriller. Right, I take it there's no hiding places on the left, so it's probably on the right now.
There's so much to see.
These are the most recent reports on the road.
Oh no, we can literally break line of sight ourselves then.
Due to event proceedings in the 12th district, streets around the Grand Circuit appear to be more...
It's so lively around here.
Well, I can tell. I guess like he can't see.
The Centre Marché really does have everything.
Just standing very. If you stand very still, though, it's fine. This is a hiding spot, supposedly. We're so sneaky. We have our stealthy shots. We can hide everywhere now. Just can walk right up to him. Shots! Am I fine here? Looks like he's listening. Oh! Unless he's saying hi to someone. We did walk into his red part of his bar. Are we at some kind of impasse? Should I leave a bit? Did I get too close? What's wrong? Yes, there is a kooky man possibly having a poo in a weed bush next to you. Hello? You can move. I think I somehow bugged him. Oh no, I have to move in. It's a cutscene. I just thought it would end. How do I get closer to him? We were following him. We've got one SP for that. Whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, in a gameplay sense, he goes like this, and he stopped, and we're doing a stealth sequence follow. Of course, we'd stop too, because there's literally a cover bit there. Why would we walk closer when we're in a follow mission? What? It should just end naturally. We're following at a distance. Why would I go walk up to him at the end? I guess because he's there. And then we're like confronting him. But still. I feel like I did the sensible thing. It's the man who complained about the sauce. Yeah, that's a bingo. Nice work. Here's your payment. Yeah, thanks. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Anyone wearing a denim jacket like that, right? You know, that Spriggan ended up being an easier mark than I thought. He even went to the market manager on his own, closed him down for 3 whole months. I'm sure Dunn had no problem admitting to his crimes. With one more little push, we can get him out of the marsh forever. Yeah, I don't think so. Mr. monologues out loud at a distance. What the Spriggan? It looks like you finally revealed your true colors. So your ultimate goal was to get Dunn to close up shop entirely. Well, there's no way you're gonna worm your way out of this one. You had ample motive for wanting to get rid of a rival, not to mention how you'd have no problem recreating Dunn's canal and sauce. What's more, you're in cahoots with that customer from earlier. And your words just now were the final nail in the coffin. We recorded all of it. Confess and come along quietly. Ugh. Wait, if you really believe I'm at fault here, then why is Dunn closing down his shop? Oh, we lied. Though we did inform Dunn and the market manager about our setup, and it looks like it worked. I can't believe you tried to tear me down like that. Someone in the same line of work, no less. No, it makes sense from someone in the same line of work a bit. Like I care what you think. Some punk like you shouldering in on my customers. You're nothing but low-life scum. You bastard. I think we all know who the real scum is, and it's not Dunn. He'd never stoop to your level. He'd punch you one, though. He'd break you. Anyway, let's make sure Kenny here gets his just desserts. Oh, what should we suggest? Okay. Dunn would really win this fight. Settling amongst themselves sounds kind of fun. But we should turn him into the police because we don't want Dunn... I feel like if we let Dunn beat the crap out of Kenny, that Dunn will be kicked out of the market. Because, let's face it, you know, that's not right. That's not what stall owners should be doing amongst each other. Like, the market manager has to make a choice at that point in time. So let's settle it by law. We should take him to the police if we want him to receive proper punishment. This is a clear-cut case of impeding someone else's business. Beyond that, I'm sure all your plotting could probably give you an even longer rap sheet. And if that happens, you'll be at odds with the Centre Marché and its policies. That means you'll have to completely withdraw your shop from the area. You reap what you sow. Yeah, sounds about right to me. You'll get just enough time with the cops to think on what you did. Damn it, it wasn't supposed to turn out like this. After that, market manager Romain was informed of the crime. Someone walked through me and done putting a claim to the police via the Bracer Guild. The fact that the rumour about Gateau de Dun was a lie spread to the shops throughout the marsh. I owe you big time. I can't thank you enough, man. By the way, your reward money's coming from Kenny, right? Well, he's the one who started this mess, but he makes sense he pays. We intend to be greatly compensated for the trouble. Glad to hear it. But I gotta give you guys something too. Wouldn't feel right if I didn't. So yeah, take a bunch of my pride and joy canals. Yeah, ×5. Chocolate crunch. Oh wow, there's so many. Thank you. Is everything okay, Van? They're so popular, I didn't think we'd get a chance to try any. This is awesome, man. Seriously, don't hesitate to let me know if you ever need help. Don't mention it.
That takes care of that.
Our first 4 SPG is complete.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Now we're not poor anymore. We're so lawful. I went up a bit in grey. Certain choice within the game will greatly affect Van's LGC alignment. Depending on what answer is chosen, the LGC Law Grey Chaos alignment could increase. That was obviously Law. Oh, your shop's opened!
What's it gonna be?
No, we've already got 5 of them. You screwed us out of our business.
Later.
Well, nice to meet you and all.
Please check out
Check out what I have on offer.
Oh my god, they want me so bad.
Hey,
We got the best goods that
Well.
money can buy.
We've been up and down the stores. We've we bought a lot of things, sold a lot of things.
So lively around here.
But that just means money for the future no matter what. Just wondering, should we maybe look at a bit of equipment before we head onwards to confront
Wanna take a look?
Desire? Because the weapons aren't any good. Is this any good? Like, we could buy the golden spoon, I guess. Evasion up. Art evasion up. There we go.
Come again.
We've got gear for both of them. No defensive gears yet, just weaponry. Defenses I should buy first. Surviving is best, right? Got to go back to the same mottos as before, considering the past. Or recent games where I'm just like, more damage! More... Freaking out my audience by going, more damage! Can't be doing that again. Okay, I guess we will head on over to the HQ, which is... There's not a door here. Does the tree flip over? Oh, there's a sewer. Yeah, there we go. Well, look what we have here. Cigarette butts. There's quite a few scattered about. There must have been a gathering here not long ago. I'm almost positive said gathering was a group of Desire thugs, but if we want to track them down, we'll need a little more to go on. Might be time to give that thing a test run. By that thing, do you mean the Shards search app? That's the active search system that allows you to use shards to track various things over a wide area. It was developed by Marduk, correct? Yeah, they just pushed out an update that improves its accuracy. I think we can track them by following the trace elements of tobacco that are lingering in the air. What? Shard search. Execute a shard search with R3. Hidden places and objects will become visible upon use.
Okay, let's give this shard search thing a whirl.
It will be interesting to see if the update improved its accuracy any. It picked up on something.
It's a tobacco scent. Same one that came from the cigarette butts those Desire guys tossed. Let's see where it leads.
Over there by the look of things. I like the pulsing, actually. Of course, in many games, there's been this kind of, like, extra vision where you can see things. But I like this. The pulse. The radar. I We are casting all smokers as villains right now. Just these smokers. This is the place. There are signs of multiple people going in and out. Oh, the door's unlocked. How nice of them. If I'm not mistaken, this place was abandoned a long time ago. It used to serve as a sewer system. I suppose a place like this would make for a good hideout. Anyway, that little lapse certainly is handy. If there's anything I've learned today, it's that Marduk is not to be underestimated. You got that right. We also don't want to underestimate these guys. Let's make sure we're ready before we head in. I like that it doesn't discolor the screen too much like this kind of mechanic does. Yeah. Or the characters as well. There's a dog having to breathe in all this. Ah, a true villain's lair. There's a dog out.
The scent keeps going from here.
They must have gone into the sewers then.
Right then. Oh, I've met an achievement on the menu. I look at 3 topics brooch for 100 steppers mass. That's another 1,000 in cash. And of the go-to, there's nowhere else I can go to, so let's go in. To-do list is empty.